Alright, Shalom. It's your brother Yerusha Mouth from the GMS Champaign, Illinois brand of all things. I want to give all praises unto Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Alright, I want to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Alright, salutations to the Akim that's pushing this truth with righteousness and sincerity. Alright, Shalom to the house of David. Alright, so, yeah, I just want to play these two clips I came across. Right, these two different clips I came across, and it's just going into the abortion rate that's so high amongst you so-called black women. All right, which this is something information I already knew. I actually did similar lessons like this to the past, but hey, the spirit hopped on me. Hey, this has been going through my timeline, so the spirit hopped on me, to jump back on this, man. Because it's really, sickening what goes on within our community, man. How the amount of kids that are killed, willingly, given up and sacrificed to these idols, man. But hey, our people don't see it as that because they're spiritually discerned. So let me play this clip real quick. Shalakia. And Shalakia Akim.
Take place in this country are among black women. And the institutions themselves, the Planned Parenthood facilities, are most often sited in black neighborhoods. And for a lot of these young black mothers, the difficult choice to have an abortion is driven by economic indicators, by economic strictures. Today, child care costs on average about 37% of a mother's income. And we should not be in a situation in this country where any mother is aborting a child because they believe they can't afford that baby. And we give the same amount of resources into making sure nobody has to make that choice as we're putting into Planned Parenthood.
All right, so yeah. So, the majority of abortions are done by the black women, man. All right. And, like he said, it comes down to what? Financial reasons. All right. Because when you look at that's a point that, they're always using is, they don't have the money to afford, which is, I call bullshit. Yeah, things might get tight, but oh well. Hey, things have always been tight for Jake, man. Things have always been tight for us, right? Oh well. It don't justify, killing a kid, but Esau does put our people in predicaments, to give them these type of options, man. All right, so you have to see all sides of this, but it's fucking wickedness, man. All right, it's fucking wickedness, man. So let me grab the scripture real quick. This is Wisdom of Solomon 12:5. It says, and also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of men's flesh in the feast of blood. All right, so that's the spirit, all right, of Esau Edom. All right, first and foremost, man. All right, he's always been under the act of killing the weak. All right, and if you go into the history of Planned Parenthood, you'll see it was the founder of that is by a woman named Margaret Sanger, which is actually Bill Gates, Kill Gates, all right, Mr. Killam as actually his grandmother. All right. So the same person who wants to, juiced up and wants to do all these crazy things in the world, right? You see where his lineage comes from, and that's when you start to, realize, hey, this thing has been set up by these devils from generation to generation, all right, to annihilate you, Jake. All right, our people are asleep, and they don't realize who the enemy are, man. But our enemy is hyper focused on killing Jake, man. And Jake is hyper focused on killing his damn self. Whether it be through abortions with this so-called black woman, right? Because she got more killings on her than Jake ass running around shooting each other, right? Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. But that same spirit is still on our people, man. Let me grab that in. See, this is a count of back in times of Moses. All right, now this is the Lord speaking to Moses. This is Leviticus 20 and verse 1. It says, "The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, say to the people of Israel, any one of the people of Israel, of the strangers who sojourn in Israel, who gives any of his children to Molech, shall surely be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stones." See, so you see, it's always been on our people, all right, to kill the young, man. Sacrifice it to these idols. Sacrifice it to these other gods, man. Because that's really what you're doing when you go into these abortion clinics, man. All right, you're sacrificing it to Molech, all right? Because nothing is new under the sun, man. All right, it's all coming full circle. Our people, they just don't realize that. So, let me play this other clip real quick. Right here.
The 3 times the amount trend of the CDC data we do have and information from the states. It's quite alarming and noteworthy. What you see is that 3 times the amount of black women get abortions compared to white women. And also, one very alarming statistic is that in New York City for years, more black babies were aborted than born alive. And the number of black babies aborted in New York City is still quite high.
All right, so look, it was more. Eve killed more of her children in New York City, all right, than she was giving birth to them, man. All right, that's crazy. All right, that's fucking diabolical. All right, but when you look at the cost of living in New York, all right, you see that things start to align more, all right, because you can get a goddamn walk-in closet for $2,500 somewhere in fucking New York, man. It's like it's ridiculous, and I'm probably being real generous with what I just said, man, because I don't know, but just from what I've heard from different people, man, hey, the cost of living in New York is crazy. All right, so yeah. So let me grab this real quick before I play the rest of this. This is Romans 8:36. It says, "As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter." All right, and that's exactly how our people are, man. All right, just fucking worms, man. All right, oh Jacob, thy worm, man. Hey, just Jacob's fucking defenseless when the Lord described Jacob as that worm. A worm has no defense mechanism, man. He's just being attacked from all sides. But that's because as a people, we are like those city with no walls, man. All right, we allow everything to come in us, all different type of religions, all different type of theologies and philosophies, and it just mix up in our community, man. And you see that we're a broken people from that, man. And as you can see, you see the traumatic results from that, man.
And so it's just something where you really see a disproportionate impact on the Black community that abortion has. It's very hard not to call that targeting. Is there anything else that you think is...
Go right here.
And healing. Thank you so much, Loretta. Thank you, Monsi. Christina Bennett, a very active voice in the pro-life movement, particularly within Black communities, joins us from Middletown, Connecticut. Christina, it's great to have you here. You've worked in pregnancy resource centers and understand the community unfortunately seeking abortions. Loretta Brown of the National Catholic Register just reported that those seeking and targeted for abortions are overwhelmingly Black and brown. Is that in line with what you've witnessed?
Unfortunately, yes, and that is because the abortion industry, specifically Planned Parenthood, since its inception has targeted the Black community, not to mention the fact that in states like Connecticut, Medicaid pays for about 75% of all abortions through taxpayer dollars. So between the government paying for abortions for low-income women and Planned Parenthood targeting them, you do see a large amount of women of color, unfortunately, choosing abortion.
And the targeting seems to be something that everyone is admitting to. I know the New York Times had its own expose on the eugenics backgrounds of the abortion movement, but you mentioned something really important, this idea of low income.
Yeah, eugenics, all right? That was one of the theologies of the founder of Planned Parenthood, right? Eugenics, which really it just goes into weeding out the other races outside of Esau Edom, right? Outside the so-called white man, getting out his what he would deem as undesirable races, man. As if anything outside of him is savagery. That's what eugenics goes into, man. All right. But hey, our women has fell for the fucking okie doke, man. All right, nobody's putting a gun to Eve and making her do this shit though, man. This is all of her free will, bro. All right, that's why we tell you to stay away from the so-called Black woman over here in GMS. All right, unless the Lord has truly sent you one, and you will know that, man. All right, because she'll be different from all these, and you won't have to ignore the red flags, because the Lord would have purged her of most of them, man. All right, you're gonna know when the Lord brings you something that's for you, man. Their spirit is gonna be different, but hey, these are Western Babylonian women, man. And all right, they're through, man. They through. The so-called Black woman, it's over with, man. All right. So this is Lamentations 4:3. It says, even the sea monsters draw out the breasts; they give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel, like ostriches in the wild. All right. Now the Lord described our women as like ostriches. All right. Now ostriches are very careless when it comes to their young, man. All right. They'll lay an egg, and then immediately after they lay the egg, they'll stomp on it and step on it, man. That's how these beasts are naturally, all right, in nature. And the Lord is referring to our women as an ostrich, man. Letting you know, man. And you can see the spirit on them, man. You go in the store, you see a so-called Black woman yelling and screaming at her kids all damn night. It happens. Discipline happens, but you know what I'm talking about, man. It doesn't even have to be explained for real. All right, it's just a goddamn shame, and people are tired of this shit, man. But the Lord is about to intervene, man. The Lord is about to make he's coming back, man. This shit is about to end.
Is the argument that abortion helps lift women out of poverty a viable one at all?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, we've had abortion for close to 50 years, and we're still suffering as a community, in the Black community. We're still suffering with high rates of single-parent families. Unfortunately, we're still dealing with very high rates of maternal mortality and infant mortality. And we've had abortions for 50 years, and this has not helped us. This has not helped us succeed or prosper or grow in the ways in which we should. And so it's really just a lie from the abortion industry that's marketing on their behalf to make it seem like abortion is a solution to poverty when it is so far from that.
And Christina, you stood outside of the Supreme Court and you're hoping that the Dobbs...
All right, so this is Sirach 25 and 24. It says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. All right, and you're seeing it ever since Eve took that philosophy, all right, that apple, you know, that actually goes into philosophies, all right. All right, ever since he took that philosophy, all right, from the devil, all right, we've been dying left and right since then, all right. That's the beginning of death, man. And it's been we've been living through hell ever since. All right, you can thank that to the women of our nation. All right, but I don't want to drag this on no longer than need be. Hey, so Lord willing, for the elect's sake, hey, you were edified. So with that, I'm gonna give all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. All right, double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone, Aki. Until next time, Shalom.